Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This channel is going to focus around Game of Thrones content specifically. And this being my first video, I'd like to discuss my thoughts on how the ending of this show is going to go as far as our main characters Jon and Dany are concerned. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now in the Game of Thrones community, it seems like the popular opinion among the people is that one of either Jon or Dany has to die for this show to live up to the standard that George R.R. Martin has set for it. That standard being that main characters die, that none of them are safe. In my personal opinion, this is just not true though. The reason these quote-unquote main characters have died is because they're lessons for our main characters Jon and Dany. Look at Ned, look at Robb. Those are lessons that Jon has learned from. Maybe not very well with going south being known to be a bad thing for kings in the north, or even people like Ned, who was the hand of the king. But Jon has definitely learned lots of things from his supposed brother and father. People also like to cite the fact that George R.R. Martin does the unexpected. Now, while this is true, it is very obvious now, when it was not in the beginning, that Jon and Dany are the main characters. And it almost works in his favor because people now expect the main characters to die. Maybe he would do the reverse of that and do what nobody expected, allow them to live. So let's start with Jon. Jon has gone from the bastard of Winterfell to a Night's Watch recruit to Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, and now finally in the past season and a half has become the king in the north. This is a lot of character building, especially just to kill this character off, and he's already died. Why bring him back just to kill him again? It just does not add up. And with Dany, now at the end of season 7 we all know that Jon and Dany had sex, and people have definitely theorized that Dany is going to be pregnant, and with the time period that we're probably going to be given, it's going to be hard to believe that they'd kill her off and be able to have the baby as well. She has also, like Jon, suffered so much and lost so many. Whether this be Drogo or Viserion, she's lost a lot. And once again, just like Jon, why build these characters up so much? Show everything that they've gone through just to kill them off in the end. Now, one of the arguments for killing one of these characters off, especially, is the argument that they will die to save the realm. Now, as much as this will be true, the realm will be saved. There is not going to be a tragic ending where the Night King wins. We all know this. It just doesn't make sense to save the realm and kill one or both of our main characters. The simple fact of the matter is, we don't care about the simple people in the realm. We don't know about them. We haven't gone on journeys with them. We just don't simply know them. How do you end a series with just the common people surviving? How is that at all sweet? And we'll get into bittersweet. So getting into bittersweet, when George R.R. Martin was interviewed, he said that Lord of the Rings had a bittersweet ending. And in that same interview, he said that he wanted Game of Thrones to have the same kind of tone with their ending. Now, in Lord of the Rings, you didn't lose your main characters. Your main characters survive. So why would Game of Thrones be any different? Now we can get into why this is going to be bitter and sweet. The sweet part, of course, being Jon and Dany being able to live after the Great War is over, most likely with a child, and maybe even at the head of the realm as king and queen. Now the bitterness of this could be destruction of Winterfell, the destruction of King's Landing, just the overall destruction of the realm. Also, you have to remember, we have a full season left where we can lose so many supporting characters such as Jaime, Brienne, Sansa, and or Arya. We may lose more dragons or all the dragons. Even the truth that Jon and Dany or both of them may not sit on the Iron Throne at the end of this story. Now an ending where they end on the Iron Throne has been described to some people as a Disney ending, and this just doesn't make any sense to me. The characters that George R.R. Martin and D&D have put the most time into, what is the point in just killing them off? The reason they're still here is because they are special characters. Jon has lost everything. He lost Benjen, his supposed father, his supposed brother, Ygritte, and will most likely lose more before this series is up. And Dany's lost Drogo. She lived in a hellish environment with Drogo for months. She lost Barristan Selmy, Viserion, and will also lose more before this series has ended. Now some other ways that this could be bittersweet are Tyrion could possibly play a Frodo-like role, be changed forever by the war, losing his family, and probably losing his personality that we all love so much. Winterfell could be destroyed. The seat of House Stark could be destroyed. I'm not saying that everything could be great at the end of this, because it's not going to be. But it just does not seem like something that George R.R. Martin or D&D would do, putting all that time into those characters just to kill them off like every other character, because they aren't like every other character. All in all, everything will change. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.